And voters are getting ready to head to the polls in just a few weeks. And as we get closer to the big day, candidates on both sides of the aisle are facing off. Today, Florida Senator Marco Rubio and Democratic challenger Congresswoman Val Demings are set to go head-to-head in their first and only debate. CBS 4 has live team coverage for you. Jim DeFede is standing by with the significance of today's debate for both candidates. But first, let's head over to CBS 4's Ted Scouten with more on what we can expect in about an hour, Ted.
Yeah, all right, Elliot and Lauren, we are just less than an hour away now from the only debate between Val Demings and Marco Rubio. Take a look at some video. We shot this just a little while ago. While the candidates are preparing, their supporters are all out in front of Palm Beach State College, waving signs and banners. This is where the debate is being held. There's a lot riding on tonight's debate. This will be the only time voters will be able to see them side by side. The stage is set for Republican incumbent Senator Marco Rubio to debate Democratic Congresswoman and former Orlando Police Chief Val Demings. Tonight is their one and only debate.
What's happening is that Rubio is far enough ahead of Val Demings, he doesn't feel the need to debate her and sees in a debate more of an opportunity for him to make a mistake than it is for him to help himself. She, on the other hand, badly needs this and as many other debates as she could get to prove herself against Rubio.
Charles Zeldin is a professor of history and politics at Nova Southeastern University. He said debating, Rubio has more to lose, while Demings has the chance to gain.
When you're ahead, why bother debating? Because good things tend to happen to those who are behind in debates. If you're ahead, the only thing that can happen that can help you is that you don't make a mistake.
Palm Beach State College in Lake Worth is the location of tonight's debate.
I think they see a chance to swing more votes out of Palm Beach County, and the Democrats see a chance to strengthen them in a county where they're 60-40 split. They need to be 70-30.
Zeldin said at this point, many voters have already made up their minds, but there is still room to pick up some of those crucial undecided voters.
There is a segment of the state population that is convincible to switch their vote. It's a small percentage, maybe 10%, but that 10% is the difference between winning and losing.
So a lot riding on this debate, being that it's the only one that they will have. That begins at 7 o'clock. That is less than an hour from now. Live in Lake Worth, Ted Scouten, CBS 4 News.
Ted, thank you. And our team coverage continues tonight with CBS 4's Jim DeFede. All right, Jim, so what are the candidates hoping to get out of this debate tonight?
Well, I think what you just heard really sort of lays it out. I would expect that Val Demings is going to be the aggressor in tonight's debate. She is perceived to be behind Rubio in most of the polls. I think that's a fair assessment. And this is her one chance to sort of try to shake things up. She got a nice little boost after the Roe versus Wade decision was overturned, but things have sort of settled down in this race. Republicans have started coming back after that decision. They were down a little bit. For Marco Rubio, I think what you're going to see is you're going to hear a lot about crime. You're going to hear a lot about the economy and inflation. So I think he just has to make sure that he doesn't make any mistakes in this race, just as we were saying earlier. For Val Demings, though, this is really her last big opportunity to shake things up.
Jim, if she goes on the offensive tonight, do you think it'll be on issues like you mentioned, abortion and crime?
Absolutely. I think that this will be the tale of really two debates. I think you're going to hear from Val Demings a lot about abortion. I think you're going to hear a lot about, the insurrection and issues regarding the Republican Party having lost its way and the need to bring some sanity back to politics. And I think on Marco Rubio's side, you're going to listen to a debate that's going to be focused on inflation, economic issues, and I think you're also going to hear a lot about crime from him. I think he's going to try to paint Val Demings, despite her background in law enforcement, as being soft on crime. I also expect there to be a third person in this debate, which is Nancy Pelosi. I think you're going to hear Marco Rubio use the word Pelosi a lot. If I was going to have a drinking game in my house, I'd make Pelosi the word and see how often he uses that but we'll have to see. And of course, on Val Demings' side, my guess is you're going to hear the word Trump a lot.
All right, Jim DeFede, I'm sure we're going to hear a lot about this tonight at 11 o'clock as we break it all down. Thanks so much for your insight this evening.